Welcome aboard, sailors. You're watching another chapter in the ongoing saga of Virgin Again, Episode 4. This is a tale of Mr. Brian and Mr. Carl Human, two adventurers who once again set sail with one of the most extraordinary cruise lines ever to roam the open seas. On February the 8th, our journey began. Brian and Carl stepped onto the Scarlet Lady, leaving the port of Miami behind as the ship carved her way into the open water. The destination? Cozumel, Mexico. The first chapter of this voyage. In Cozumel, the highlight was not the beach, nor the shops, nor the port. It was something far more ancient. The Mayan Cacao Company. Guided by the legendary Eduardo, Brian and Carl stepped into the ritual older than the sea itself. They crafted chocolate from its very base, tasted its magic, and carried home treasures of cacao. Their time on this island was brief, but unforgettable. But the true jewel in this voyage was Bimini. This time, Brian and Carl chose to walk the island, skipping the beach club entirely, because they wanted to feel the real Bimini, not the curated vision they had visited every time. They were hunting for a hidden frequency, a secret island vibe most sailors never bothered to seek. Two fiercely independent people on a fiercely independent island. And Bimini rewarded them with characters straight out of a storybook. First, Miss Antoinette's gift shop, the true ignition point of this entire adventure. She wasn't just a shopkeeper, she was the island's first oracle. It was Miss Antoinette who leaned in with that knowing smile and told us, almost conspiratorially, we had to find Al's bakery. She made sure we understood that the journey mattered as much as the destination. And if we followed Queen's Highway on foot, letting the island reveal itself at its own pace, we would eventually stumble upon the Dolphin House. But before, there was Big Al's, where Bimini bread and banana bread became part of the legend, a small meal that we didn't know we needed before our grand adventure. And she was right, because that walk, that slow, sunlit procession along Queen's Highway, is what led us directly to Sir Saunders himself, waiting like a character placed perfectly in the story's next chapter. And then, of course, came the mystical figure himself, Sir Saunders. You don't meet a man like that. You arrive at him, the way travelers in old stories arrive at a hermit's sage living at the edge of the known world. His home wasn't just a house. It was a living artifact, a structure grown from the island itself. Every beam, every plank, every odd relic embedded in the walls had a story, a past life, a previous purpose. He told us, with that matter-of-fact island wisdom, I find junk and I build it into my house. And I answered him, the only way such decoration deserved, one man's junk is another man's treasure. But the truth is, Sir Saunders has done something far more extraordinary than that simple proverb suggests. He has taken the discarded bones of the island, the forgotten, the weathered, the overlooked, and transformed them into a treasure that must be walked through to be believed. His home is a cathedral of reclaimed magic, a testament to what happens when a man listens to the land and builds not with blueprints, but with instinct. Miss Antoinette sent us down Queen's Highway, telling us we would stumble upon the Dolphin House. But we actually stumbled upon was a man who has turned the island's cast-offs into a sanctuary of imagination. Sir Saunders isn't just a character. He is a keeper of the island's memory, a builder of myth, a craftsman who sees possibilities where others see debris. And standing there, inside that house of treasures, you can't help but to feel what you've stepped into a story that was waiting for you long before you arrived. And when our walk grew weary, along came a man named Aladdin. Yes, Aladdin, offering us a magic carpet ride back to the island port. Bimini wasn't just a stop. It was a true fairy tale story. Now let's talk fashion. Because this voyage became a floating runway, Brian and Carl were stopped constantly by sailors and crew, all saying the same thing. Your outfits are incredible. You both really know how to bring the vibe. And they did. Couture to the 9th degree, or at least the 5th. One night alone, they changed 5 different times. Not a shoe swap, not a jacket tweak, full transformation. Pants, shirt, jackets, vest. The whole ceremonial ritual. And the rule was simple. Walk into the terrace once, fine. Walk into the sea terrace twice, you must perform a full wardrobe transformation. A complete reset of the look. A new chapter to the couture saga. Which meant we tried not to spend a lot of time going back to the cabin, because every time we turned to the sea terrace, triggered another metamorphosis. As always, the food aboard the Virgin Voyages was nothing short of divine. No buffets, no lines, just walk up, point to what calls your name, and it appears on a plate. Or sit at your table, raise your little flag, and a crew member arrives with a cheerful, "Ahoy, sailor! What can I get for you today?" And here's the beauty of the galley. You can dine your way. Sit alone at a quiet table, enjoy the sea breeze, or join a new friend you met on board and merge your parties like true sailors of the Scarlet Seas. There's no assigned tables, no designated groups, no forced seating, just open space, open choices, and open company if you want it. The restaurants, 3 to 5 courses of pure delight. If you don't like your appetizer, they'll bring you another, or all of them. Carl proved this at the test kitchen, ordering one of everything, which meant Brian got to try it all. And the pairings, now that is an experience. Whether you drink alcohol or prefer a non-alcoholic version, the pairings are always beautifully crafted. Each one is designed to match the dish perfectly. Taste the drink alone, and you may hesitate, but taste the drink with food, and suddenly everything clicks into place. Ah, that's why they call it a pairing. Virgin doesn't do staterooms. They do insiders, social insiders, sea views, sea terrace, and the coveted extra large sea terrace. Brian and Carl usually choose the extra large with a 3-section bathroom and extra space. But this time, they sailed the regular sea terrace, where the bathroom is all in one. Beautiful, but Let's just say it limits the bathroom time. Virgin knows how to put on a show. Adult, clever, and unapologetically bold. This isn't a cruise where you go to the show. The entire ship is the show. Brian and Carl didn't just attend entertainment, they kept stumbling into it. A singer in a corner bar turning a quiet drink into a full-blown performance. A pop-up act in a hallway that stopped people in their tracks. A late-night moment where a casual lounge suddenly became a comedy club. Every deck, every venue felt like it was just waiting for its cue. There were comedy acts that were actually smart, sharp, quick, and written for adults who get the joke the first time. And then there was Booked, a charming, clever little gem of a show that felt like stepping into a story with performers who knew exactly how to play to a room full of adults. But Persephone, that was my favorite. Persephone wasn't just a show. It was a full mythic retelling, reimagined with aerobatics, live singing, and dance that wrapped around you from every angle. In the Red Room, the story didn't just happen on stage. It climbed the walls, moved through the crowd, and pulled you into the underworld with it. You didn't just watch Persephone fall in love with Hades. You felt the tension, the rebellion, the "what the fuck just fucking happened" energy that only Virgin would dare to stage at sea. From the floor, you felt like a mortal watching the gods, towering, flying, bending gravity, and the same story at the same time. From the balcony, you felt like a god watching the mortals, seeing the whole myth unfold beneath you, every like you, every moment, every stolen glance. By the end of the voyage, it wasn't just that Brian and Carl had seen shows. It felt like they'd been cast in one, woven into a festival of pop-up moments, late-night surprises, and one unforgettable myth called Persephone that anchored it all. Scarlet Night isn't just a party. It's a transformation. A night when the ship shifts its pulse, the lights deepen, and everything turns red with intention. And at the center of that transformation were Brian and Amanda, walking hand in hand into the heart of the ritual. The gentleman and the queen stepping into the night together. This was the moment Amanda emerged in full drag, not as a passenger, but as the Scarlet Lady's own lady in waiting. The figure who carries the red commands the room and signals the ritual has officially begun. Every hallway became her runway. Every deck felt charged as the ship itself recognized her arrival and adjusted its heartbeat to match her stride. The drums, the dancers, the pop-ups, all of it rose around her like a tide. Amanda didn't just join Scarlet Night. She activated it, with Brian beside her as her steady, elegant escort in the myth written in red. And when the night reached its fever pitch on the pool deck, Amanda wasn't part of the moment. She was the moment. The Scarlet Lady chosen queen, crowned in light, rhythm, and red. On the Scarlet Lady, it isn't just the big events that stay with you. It's everything in between. Whether you're eating, sleeping, dancing, or stretched out on a sun-warmed deck, whether you're swaying in one of those balcony hammocks with the ocean breathing beneath you, or just licking an ice cream cone or a popsicle before heading off on an excursion, there's always something happening, always something calling, always something promising more. Because that is the magic of the Virgin Scarlet Lady cruise. Every small moment feels like it's leading to something hopeful, something playful, something you didn't even know you were looking for until it arrived. On this ship, even the quiet seconds shimmer. Every choice, a nap, a snack, a dance, a walk, feels like the beginning of a story. And that's why you come back. Because on the Scarlet Lady, every moment promises the next one.